Most people think millionaires are built on flashy wins, lucky breaks, or secret information. That belief is comforting. It lets you stay exactly where you are. The truth is colder. Millionaire behavior looks unimpressive, quiet, almost invincible. That's the irony Charlie Munger spent a lifetime pointing at. The habits that actually work don't feel like success while you're doing them, they feel like restraint. Let's start here. Millionaires avoid stupid decisions more than they trace brilliant ones. That alone sounds boring, I know. It also devastatingly effective. They don't ask, how can I get rich fast? They ask, how do I avoid blowing myself up? Debt with no upside, lifestyle inflation dressed up as rewarding yourself, speculation masquerading as investing. Stop the sports betting. Most people step on these landmines proudly, posting receipts online. Millionaires quietly walk around them, and while the crowd is chasing adrenaline, they're compounding. That's why I made the song I Be Compounding, because compounding isn't just math, it's behavior repeated without applause. Millionaires repeat what works long after it stops being exciting. They buy assets when it feels dull. They hold, hodl when everyone else is emotional. They add small amounts consistently while others wait for perfect timing. This is where people tune out because discipline doesn't sell well on social media. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Millionaires are comfortable being misunderstood. They're fine looking wrong in the short term if the math says they'll be right later. They don't need validation for decisions that won't pay off for years. Most people need constant feedback to keep going. Millionaires don't. They trust process over mood. Another behavior most people wouldn't believe. They read more than they talk. Not headlines, not hot takes. They read fundamentals, history, psychology, mistakes other people already paid for. They understand that learning slowly beats losing quickly. This is pure Munger logic. If you can remove ignorance and bad incentives from your life, wealth becomes almost inevitable. Not guaranteed inevitable if you don't sabotage it. Millionaires design their environment to make good decisions easier. Automatic investing, boring routines, simple systems they don't have to argue with every morning. Most people try to rely on motivation. Millionaires rely on structure. Motivation expires. Structure compounds. That's another reason I Be Compounding isn't just a song, it's a reminder, a loop, a mantra. You don't rise to your goals, you sink to your system. Another behavior people hate hearing. Millionaires delay pleasure longer than feels reasonable. Not forever, not miserably, just long enough for time to start working for them instead of against them. They don't upgrade everything at once. They don't celebrate every small win with a bigger bill. They understand a simple equation most people refuse to accept. Freedom later beats flexing now. Repeat that. And here's the part no one likes admitting. Millionaires aren't smarter than everyone else. They're just less reactive. They don't panic buy. They don't panic sell. They don't panic spend. They take pause, in that space between impulse and action is where fortunes are built. This is why compounding looks invisible at first, then unfair, then inevitable. And that's the arc behind I Be Compounding. It's not hype music, it's patience music. It's long game energy in the world addicted to short-term hits. If you listen closely, it's not about money at all. It's about alignment, aligning behavior with math, aligning habits with reality, aligning today's choices with tomorrow's freedom. Millionaire behavior doesn't feel like winning while you're doing it. It feels like saying no when yes would be easier. It feels like staying quiet when everyone's loud. It feels like building something no one collapsed for yet. But years later, the math speaks for you. That's compounding. That's the mindset. That's the music. I be compounded. Play it, loop it, live it, because the most unbelievable millionaire behavior of all, they stick with what works even when no one's watching. Yes, Poppy Spitfire, new song out, I Be Compounding. You can find it here on YouTube. Go ahead and play it, and stay tuned for more long form content like this that will keep you financially literate and going. And very often and sometimes I share tickers and other relatable information on X and Threads. So follow me there. This is a shirt from my upcoming clothing line and merchandise that's already out. As you can see, it says Attract More Women Volume 1 Poppy Spitfire. It has writings right here that'll get you ready for your day. This says Assets Over Applause on the sleeve. So if you're a motivated investor, entrepreneur, and want merchandise and clothing that matches your vibe, in essence, and motivates you on your way to removing yourself from the 9-to-5, escaping the 9-to-5, you will love my merchandise. Link is in YouTube. Go to my profile. You can find that there. On this sleeve, we have royalties over salaries. And let's get back to the royalties. I appreciate every last one of you for taking the time and going out of your way and streaming my music. If you stayed this long, thank you. I know you learned something, and I know that you will become a millionaire. So go ahead and support Poppy Spitfire. I love you, and I appreciate you. Until next time, I'm out. Poppy Spitfire 2026.